Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the Today Show. Now, our next guest is the co-founder of the National Cricket League.
That's right. The National Cricket League in 2023 stood at its largest capacity with 66 clubs and teams competing in 8 divisions and accommodating around 630 fixtures just on a Sunday programme alone during the summer months in the north, south, west and east of London. In fact, that's the whole of London, really, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yes.
And this year is a personal milestone for Sajid as he is celebrating the 25 years of serving the community through cricket. Started his journey beyond playing in 1998, reaching out to children and young people up and down the country to get them involved in sport. Welcome
to the show, Sajid.
Thank you, Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you for having you again. Amasha, first and foremost, congratulations. 25 years of, I guess, serving the community and serving the youth, really, of developing the next generation of cricketers. Where did it all begin, all those 25 years ago?
It's a very good question to start off with. First of all, yes, you could see from the grey hair, so that's already done a lot. So it started where 1998, decided that wanted to still be connected to the game, wasn't playing much, but obviously wanted to do something for the game. I wanted to work with the young people, and the young people were the first areas I wanted to work at. And obviously in the area of Leytonstone, where I'm from, going with Waltham Forest and then Newham and Redbridge. And we got young people playing cricket to help them build their self-confidence and belief. There were some players who were interested in playing cricket, but there were others who lost their confidence or lost their interest because of bad experiences. So it was about working with them, trying to get them back into a flow in a way where coaching, mentoring was the way going forward. And there wasn't many, how can I say, South Asian mentors or coaches who could probably connect with the young people of the next generation. And alhamdulillah, we moved on to doing that so well. And I think, it's a long time ago, it seems, but it seems like I can remember some bits since it was yesterday. So,
amazing. Like Basit said, congratulations on 25 years. You mentioned, the mentoring and the coaching, but what is it that really gets you going when you are, engaging the youth with cricket?
I think what it is just getting them, and it helps my personal self-development as well. Obviously, as growing into doing this, I also self-develop myself with my own confidence belief. I wouldn't be sitting here in front of TV or in the cameras and speaking to you guys. But alhamdulillah, going forward, I'm public speaking. I've done hosting in front of 600 people. So these are sort of confidence of enhancements on ourselves, and this is something that we wanted to bring to young people. And the young people, it's not just about playing cricket, it's about life skills, it's about making them the better people that they are. And cricket or sports in general do these things where it helps them with their discipline and it helps them grow as people as well. So cricket was a theme that we wanted to bring, and I had a passion, and obviously it come from my father. Obviously, Mr. Sajid Patel, who's no longer with us, and may Allah provide him Jannah al-Firdaus. And obviously, he was my mentor, and obviously with the National Cricket League, myself and Naheed, we're his students.
Right. Now, of course, on the note of your father, he set up one of the first cricket clubs there, right? It was in 1970 when he set up that group. Is that club still around?
That club is still around. It's now, believe it or not, so my father founded in 1970, alhamdulillah. It's still a wandering club. It still needs a lot of work to get a permanent base, so we're working on that. Alhamdulillah, now we are at a position, we've gone over 50 years for that club, so I've been handling that club, and now the third generation's taken over. My son's now running that club, as well as 3 other young people. So this is the mentoring that what I mean by the young people, young leaders that we wanted to do. And now they've taken over and they've started to work on a regeneration program. They have a 5-year development and business model of taking the club forward, where it's not just serving adult cricket, but they want to go wider audience to youth, women's and girls. And there's a vision behind it. So there's a real vision behind it all.
That's amazing. And, I like the fact that, you said that your son has taken it over, mashallah. And, you're allowing him to bring the youthful vision into it, because it's so easy to be stuck and keep things the way that it is, isn't it? But, keeping that youthful regeneration on it is really important.
I'm a firm believer of, when your time comes, when there's someone there deserving to sit in a seat or in a position, I'm very much someone who would takes that side. I said,
Yeah.
I'll be the advisory. Because at the end of the day, I'm bringing that experience with them. Let them learn. Let them make mistakes. At the same time, they're only going to learn. We can't just cotton wool people and not protect them all the time. Sometimes mistakes are made.
And are you finding a lot of the youth are showing an interest in cricket now, or is it gradually phasing out? Because I think I think we're probably of a similar age.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s and 90s, the icons for anyone who's from the South Asian community was cricket. It was the Imran Khans and the Wasim Akrams of the world, right? Or if you're India, supported by the Sachin Tendulkars of the world.
Yeah.
Now look at my kids, and they're all after Mo Salah and whoever the Eric Haaland and all these guys. And I think about cricket, son, and he doesn't care. He's not interested. So are you finding the youth have that interest for cricket, like maybe our generation did, 40 years ago now, 30, 40 years ago?
Yeah, I think we needed to make that change, and obviously that's where the National Cricket League came into play, where we wanted to bring that change of the game on grassroots level. Myself and Sajid Patel, who's the co-founder, my colleague, we sat together in 2009 speaking about how we're going to bring this vision together. So we set up a pilot program of T20 cricket, very much as what you've seen with the Indian Premier League, the English, the T20 Blast here, and the Big Bash from Australia. So it was trying to bring a real razzmatazz of colour clothing, white ball cricket, trying to bring something different to the table. And when we started it, a lot of young people who were obviously not playing returned back into the game. So there was an impact of them saying, you know what, this is a completely different thing. So colour clothing, it also gave clubs or teams, they're mostly made up with families and friends, and they have club logos now. They're thinking a bit more outside the box, and there's a lot more aspirations in them now, thinking, getting sponsorships and thinking very much outside the box to grow as a club, as a longevity project for them. That's what we're trying to do.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. So tell me, in regards to the age groups that you cater to, are they quite young, and where you find that there's a lot more pickup of them? Because, with football, you tend to get the younger ones that are really excited about it, and it starts to trail off as they get older.
Yes.
Have you found the same with cricket, or do you find that it is steady along the many age groups?
I think what it is, I think cricket is, there is obviously the national programmes that we get involved with. So for 5 to 8 year olds called the All Stars cricket, and then 8 to 11 year olds are the Dynamos cricket. That's a national programme from the ECB. So that is a sort of a plant seeder for these sort of young people to start with something more beginner, basic level. We work with a whole range. We work with adult cricket. Obviously, the league itself has 76 clubs and teams playing with 9 divisions, and that's over 1,500 playing members. So the adult cricket really starts from a young person from an age of 14 to someone going up to 65, and they're still playing, which is really inspiring to see. It just helps them with their social activities and so. And we also looking to start a youth league ourselves with the under-15s, and we're trying to bring the same concept of white ball, colour clothing. We're looking to start that in June 22nd, I think might be the first game that we're looking to do. So we've got 7 teams or 8 teams coming on board. So it's all about infrastructure for them, making sure that safeguarding is all in place as well. So it's very important, especially for the young people. We have to make sure that certain guidelines are obviously in place.
And it's interesting that it's almost like there's been this shift in uniform, as you're saying, right? That I remember playing, it was all whites. You had to wear all whites, the red cricket ball. But it's almost like the one day and T20's taken over, because of course that's where you'd be wearing coloured clothing. And to see Sunday League cricket turn in that way is why I never thought I'd ever see that, but it sounds like that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, we were the first ones to do it, to be honest, on a full season programme. So we started a two-year pilot run on a Saturday with 2010, 2011 T20 format. The demands grew, and they said, do this on a Sunday. And they wanted more longer format, which was 40 over cricket. So that's we launched the National Cricket League in 2012. And that was the launch pad. We started with 14 teams from East London. Now look at it, we've got 76 clubs and teams, and we have a lot of clubs now. So there are, as I mentioned, social teams, made up with families or friends. We have about 3 or 2 which were developed through our league, who have now become entities themselves, like cricket clubs, who serve more than 3 or 4 11s of adult cricket. They serve different age groups now of young people. They also work with women and girls, and they've also been certified as ECB club mark clubs. So now those clubs are playing mainstream cricket on Saturday as well. So we've developed. So and there's, I would say altogether, we've got now 10 clubs like that.
Right.
And there are 3 others who are developing their junior section. Leytonstone Cricket Club, as you mentioned, is one of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you have to forgive my ignorance. When you say white ball coloured match kits, what does that mean? I don't understand. You know, you just mentioned that it used to be a white kit and a red ball.
Yeah.
What is the difference? What's the significance between the two?
I think it's what has come from the international side of things, where the World Cup in 1992 was the first colour clothing cricket in world stage.
Okay.
Obviously, it went to the World Series in Australia during the Kerry Packer years. And obviously what it was, we wanted to bring, because there was a real shift needed, where a lot of interest was going away from Sunday cricket. So we wanted to bring this, and to result it as it is now, cricket is really high in participation. We work with a lot of young players who we try and provide that pathway and opportunities. We provide umpires as well. We're trying to give them a pathway and opportunity. They're obviously the referees of the game. So that's what we're trying to do. And obviously we're trying to develop coaches as well. The more pillars we can create, the more strength in the foundation that we can really develop.
Yeah.
And I imagine this must have been a springboard for many a person, as you say, into the Saturday League type and the endorsements with the ECB. Have there been any big names that we might recognise, or who've now entered, say, the county circuit, or maybe even international cricket?
Well, if I tell you, last week there was a young player who's actually got selected for Kent County.
Wow.
His name was Arafat Bouyan.
Right.
He was informed on Monday last week.
Right.
On Tuesday there was a press conference. On Wednesday he's playing at the Oval against Surrey County Cricket Club.
Yeah.
He's taken 4 wickets.
Right.
He's had a very good debut so far.
Yeah.
And another young man, there's quite a few. We have got a talent pool of many young players from under 19s, under 25s. I think we've got enough talent pool to even play fixtures of exhibitional levels against county second 11s. That's how much of a standard we've got.
Wow.
And one young man, Ali Zeb, he's only coming up to 16.
Yes.
He's the one you want to watch out for.
Right.
He's playing for the Essex Academy at the moment.
Right.
He's come through our ranks.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to go all the way to international.
Right. Was he bowler, batsman?
He's a full all-rounder. He's a wicket-keeper, he's a spin bowler, he can bat, he's a very good fielder.
Oh, wow. Ali Zaidi.
Ali Zeb.
Ali Zeb. Okay, we've got to keep an eye out for Ali Zeb.
Yeah.
This is the first place we've heard of him.
Yeah, exactly. So, it reminds me very much of football in the way that you're professionally developing these young children, and again putting them into much more local and national teams. How important is it for you to keep creating these kind of pathways and opportunities for them?
I think it's very important. I think, as you said, it's obviously we didn't have this on our growing up times, because obviously it was different times. But now we've got listening counties, we've got listening national board like the ECB. They're seeing the real importance of diversity as well, and we want to make sure that we level things up ourselves. So it's leveling up on making sure that we are providing a certain standard. Our statistics, our performance on players are recognised to say they are playing at a reasonably good level. We also advise our young players to play good level cricket on Saturdays. It's just to hope to strengthen their portfolio.
Yeah.
So when they come to play, when they are in a range of putting their nominations forward, they are in a position to say, okay, plays good standard Saturday, good standard Sundays, plays good midweek cricket. Then you've got there's a consideration to take. And what we want to do is trying to close off any sort of excuses, and that's what we're trying to do. And we've done that quite well. As I said, we could go to any county, play a second 11 game against them, and I can guarantee you that one youngster will stand out for them, and they'll want to talk to that person.
Wow.
Oh, absolutely. We're excited. It's absolutely amazing what you've done here, Marsh. Like I said, I wish this was around 30 or 40 odd years ago when I was trying to play cricket. And obviously in those days, the whole point was, we're not going to make it. Because you just felt as a brown person, I'm not going to make it in the world of cricket in the UK.
Right.
But alhamdulillah, it's all changed, and thanks to people like yourselves and the wonderful work that you do.
Thank you.
Many
Jazakallah.
children now have the opportunities, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
and of course, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Brilliant. Thank you so much once again, and keep up the amazing work, inshallah. And hopefully, like I say, we're going to keep an eye out for Ali Zeb.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're going to look out for the young chap who's now playing for Kent as well.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
definitely.
Jazakallah khair for joining us, Sajid.
Barakallah feek. Thank you.
Pleasure having you.
Gosh, I learned a
Have you
lot
learned
about cricket.
today?
Yes.
Yes, we're going to play after this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Inshallah. We shall see you on the other side of this. Not on the field, but back here in this chair, inshallah.